Good morning, my loves. Welcome back to another episode where faith meets healing and broken hearts find restoration. I'm your host, Irene, sister in Christ on this journey of growing closer to God, healing from the past, and stepping boldly into His purpose for you. Today, we are tackling one of the biggest struggles in the waiting, which is fear. You know, the thoughts of, what if I don't get married? What if I miss my chance? What if God is making me wait forever? Because girl, waiting is one thing, but waiting without a guarantee at this age is like, girl, bye. That's when fear creeps in. You're just like, and I get it. Like, do I want to invest in this relationship? What if it doesn't work out? Like, do I have 10 years to give? That type of stuff. But today we're going to expose the lies behind these fears and remind ourselves of the truth. God is faithful and fear is not your portion. I want you to walk in peace knowing that God has not forgotten you. So grab your journal, get your tea, and let's talk about how to overcome the fear of what if it never happens. Let me tell you a little story. Once upon a time, I always wanted to be in a relationship, though I know now it was a trauma thing, but we can save that for another episode. I went through one failed relationship after another, and now I'm just so happy that I don't even want to be in a relationship. I'm just so content with myself. And back then I started thinking, maybe I'm not meant to be loved like that. Maybe I'm just one of those people who's supposed to be single forever. Maybe God doesn't actually have someone for me. And guess what? Those thoughts didn't just show up randomly. They were rooted in fear. In Isaiah 41:10, it says, "Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." Fear is the enemy's way of getting you to doubt God's promises. He wants you to believe that God forgot about you. He wants you to believe that you need to take matters into your own hands. And when we do that, it most likely will not work out. He wants you to believe that if it hasn't happened by now, it never will. But let me tell you something. Fear is a liar. God does not operate on fear. If fear is leading you, it's not from Him. Let's talk about the Israelites for a second. So God delivered them from Egypt, literally parted the Red Sea. He told them He was leading them to the promised land, but when they saw how long the journey was taking, they got scared. Instead of trusting God's faithfulness, they let fear take over and started complaining, doubting, and even wanting to go back to Egypt. If you want to read about it, it's in Exodus 16:3. Because of their fear, a journey that should have taken 11 days took 40 years. Insane. With that said, what if fear is delaying your promise? What if instead of doubting God, we start declaring His faithfulness even when we don't see it yet? Because fear will make you settle for less than God's best because you think nothing better is coming. You rush ahead of God because you feel like He's taking too long. You lose your joy because you're so focused on what hasn't happened that you miss what God is doing now. But here's the thing, fear will always lead you in the wrong direction. That's why we don't make decisions based on fear. We make them based on faith. In 2 Timothy chapter 1 verse 6, it says, "For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound of mind." So if it's fear making you anxious, overthinking, or doubting God, that is not from Him. So how do we fight back against this fear? So here are 3 things I've learned. 1, replace fear with God's promises. Instead of thinking, what if I never get married? Say God's plan for me are good and His timing is perfect. That's Jeremiah 29:11. 2, stop playing the what if game. What if I'm single forever? What if God is protecting you right now? What if I miss my chance? But what if God is preparing something even better for you? So change your what if into even if it takes longer than I expected, I will trust God. 3, live fully in the present. Don't let fear steal your joy. There's so much purpose in this season. Enjoy it, serve, grow, build friendships, develop your gifts, use your talent. And no, you don't have to sing or play an instrument. You have a God-given gift. God isn't waiting to start using you until you're married. He has a calling on your life right now. So again, fear is not your future. The enemy wants you to believe that God forgot about you, but don't believe that. On that note, in a few days, I'm launching a 5-day waiting season devotional series where we'll talk about how to navigate the waiting season with joy and confidence. If this message resonated with you and if you think someone else needs it, go ahead and share it with them, and I will see you in the next episode. Love you.
You're taking me back to the sleepless nights, phone calls and candlelights. Those were the things I liked the most. And back when we were passing notes in school, spend our summers by the pool, talking about what we'd be when we're grown. Well, those were the days.